Haribo?
Oh, great. はい。よし。おはようございます。ちょっと待ってください。すみません。ちょっと待ってください。消します。ビルマジおはようございます。
Oh, so
Thank you very
we're all
much.
right?
Yes.
It says off air on mine, but I'm on, I guess.
ちょっと待ってくださいね。I'm slow to do things, but today I connected to YouTube okay. So let me paste the text. I will. I will do it. Today is 25th. The last time. Yeah, today is 26. Share.
All right.
I'm learning little by little. 157にしとくな。しなくてもいい？
Okay, am I all right?
はい。
Online?
Yes, I hear you well.
Can you see me?
No, your camera is not on, I'm afraid.
My camera?
Yeah. Oh, let me check.
Camera's on.
Now I do. It's very, very dark. Maybe no light, right?
Yeah, well, maybe I should turn on the lights in the room.
Yes, it's a completely dark.
Okay, yeah, there's no light on me. I'll turn on the light in just
Yes.
a minute. Maybe better they don't see me, but
Yeah, devotees want to see. Nice ceiling.
yeah, now it should be all right.
Wow, bamboo ceiling.
No? Haribol?
Hi. Yes, I do. Yes, perfect. Perfect, Guru Maharaj. Although it's moving so much.
Yeah, well, I'm using my phone and
Okay.
trying to find a place to set it so it
Oh,
can still.
this is from phone. It sounds perfect, so clear.
Yeah, actually, the iPhone has a better microphone than the computer.
Ha, that's why.
I
No,
just,
now I see ceiling only.
yeah, I'll hold it in a minute. I'm just arranging my.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so I got Vishwambar's picture.
Yes. And then I'm going to put the text on the screen now.
Yeah, I see the text also,
Okay.
so should we start?
Yes, please.
Jai Rad. You already had a Jai Radha
No,
Madhava?
no, not yet.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihar. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihar. Gopi Janabalava Girivaradhari. Gopi Janabalava Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Yamunatira Vanacha. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Janaballabha Giri. Gopi Janaballabha Giri. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanacha. Yamunatira Vanacha. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Janaballabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Janaballabha Gopijana Balava Girivaradari Yashodanandana Brajajana Yashodanandana Brajajana Yamuna Tira Vanacha Yamuna Tira Vanacha Jai Radha Madhava Kunjabiya. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Fifth canto, chapter 19, text number Niju Roku 26.
はい。今日は、Yes、19章26節です。テンプルの方もマイクオンにしてどうぞ一緒に唱えてください。
Word. Shadaya.
Shadaya.
Barishi.
Barishi.
Bhagasho.
Bhagasho.
Havi. Niruptam. Ishtam. Viri. Mantra. Vastuta. Eka. Pritan. Namabi. Ahuto. Muda. Granati. Uma. Swayam. Asisam. Prabhu. Yat Shradaya Bharishi Bhagasho Havir.
Yat Shradaya Bharishi Bhagasho Havir.
Niruptamishtam Virimantra Vastuta.
Niruptamishtam Virimantra Vastuta.
Eka Pritari Namabir Ahuto Muda.
Eka Prita Namabir Ahuto Muda.
Grinati Purnak Swayamasi Samprabhu.
Grinati Purnas Vayam Ashisham Prabhu.
Yachadaya Bharishi Bhagasho Havir.
Yashradaya Bharishi Bhagavasho Havir.
Niruptamishtam Vidimantra Vastuta.
Tamishtam Vidimantra Vastuta.
Eka Pritari Namabirahuto Muda.
Eka Plitam Namabir Ahuto Muda.
Grinati Purnat Swayamasi Samprabhu.
Nati Purna Svayam Ashisham Prabhu.
A nice one. Nice poetic sound, huh? Ya. Or Yai it is.
Yai.
By whom?
By whom?
The inhabitants of Bharatvarsh.
The inhabitants of Bharatavarsha. Bharatavarsha の住人によって。
Shadaya. Faith and confidence.
Faith and confidence. 信念と信頼。
Barishi. In the performance of Vedic ritualistic sacrifices.
In the performance of Vedic ritualistic sacrifices.
Bhagasha. By division.
分けて。
Havi. Oblations.
奉納。
Niruptam. Offered.
捧げた。
Ishtam. To the desired deity.
To the desired deity. 望む神格に。
Vidi.
Vidi.
By the proper method.
By the proper method. 適切な方法で。
Mantra.
Mantra.
By reciting mantras.
By reciting mantras. マントラを復唱することによって。
Vastuta.
Vastuta.
With the proper ingredients.
With the proper ingredients. 正しい材料で。
Eka.
Eka.
That supreme personality of Godhead.
That one supreme personality of Godhead. 思考人格心。
Pritak.
Pritak.
Separate.
Separate. 分ける。
Namabi.
Namabi.
By names.
By names. 名前によって。
Ahuta.
After.
Called.
Called. 呼んだ。
Mudha.
Mudha.
With great happiness.
With great happiness. 大変喜んで。
Granati.
Granati.
He accepts.
He accepts. 彼は受け入れる。
Purna.
Purna.
The Supreme Lord who is full in himself.
The Supreme Lord who is full in himself. ご自身で満ち足りておられる思考主。
Swayam.
Swayam.
Personally.
Personally. 自ら。
Ashisham.
Ashisham.
Of all benedictions.
Of all benedictions. あらゆる恩恵の。
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
The bestower.
The bestower. 授けるもの。
Translation. In India, Bharatvarsha, there are many worshippers of the demigods, the various officials appointed by the Supreme Lord, such as Indra, Chandra, and Surya, all of whom are worshipped differently. The worshippers offer the demigods their oblations, considering the demigods part and parcel of the whole, the Supreme Lord. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead accepts these offerings and gradually raises the worshippers to the real standard of devotional service by fulfilling their desires and aspirations. Because the Lord is complete, he offers the worshippers the benedictions they want, even if they worship only part of his transcendental body.
翻訳です。インド、バーラタワルシャには、インドラ、チャンドラ、スーリアというような思考主にそれぞれの職務を任命された神々を崇拝する人が大勢います。崇拝する人たちは、神々が全体である思考主の一部分であると考えて、供え物をします。ですから、思考人格心は彼らの捧げ物を受け入れ、彼らの願いや野心を満たしてやることによって、少しずつ献身奉仕という本来の立場に引き上げてやろうとなさいます。主は完全ですから、たとえ人々の崇拝しているのがご自身の一部分であったとしても、恩恵を与えてくださるのです。
Kaisetsu. In the Bhagavad Gita 9:13, Krishna says, Mahatmanas tumam parta daivim prakritimashita bhajant jananya manaso gatva bhutadim abhyayam. Son of Prita, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Mahatma, advanced devotees, worship only the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Others, however, who are also sometimes called Mahatmas, worship the Lord as Ekatvena Pritaktvena. In other words, they accept the demigods as different parts of Krishna and worship them for various benedictions. Although the devotees of the demigods thus achieve the desired results offered by Krishna, they have been described in Bhagavad Gita as Ritigana, not very intelligent. Krishna does not desire to be worshipped indirectly through the different parts of his body. Krishna wants direct devotional service. Therefore, a devotee who directly worships Lord Krishna through staunch devotional service is recommended in Srimad Bhagavatam, Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusha Param 2.3.10, is very quickly elevated to the transcendental position. Nevertheless, devotees who worship the demigods the different parts of the Lord receive the benedictions they want, because the Lord is the original master of all benedictions. If anyone wants a particular benediction for the Lord, to award it is not very difficult. Short purport.
はい。
Okay.
シラプラッパダにある解説です。バガバットギーター9の13で、シュクリシナは言っています。プリターの息子よ、惑わされていない偉大な魂は、神聖な性質の他かにいる。彼らは私が根源で、無尽蔵の思考人格心であることをわきまえ、完全なる献身方針に従事していると。高い段階の献身者であるマハータマは、思考人格心だけを崇拝します。しかしそうでない人は、時にはマハータマと呼ばれることもありますが、主をエーカトゥバーナ、プルタクトベーナとして崇拝します。つまりその人たちは神々のことをクリシュナの様々な部分だと受け入れ、様々な恩恵を求めて崇拝しているのです。神々の献身者は、このようにしてクリシュナから望む結果を与えられますが、バガバットギータの中では、フリータギャーナ、すなわちあまり知性的ではないと表現されています。クリシュナが望んでおられるのは、体のいろいろな場所を通して間接的に崇拝されることではなく、直接献身的に崇拝されることです。ですから、シュリマダ・バーガバタムで進められているように、信頼に基づいた献身方針を通して、直接主クリシュナを崇拝する献身者は、瞬く間に超越的な段階に引き上げられるのです。しかし主はあらゆる恩恵の根源の主人であるため、主の部分である神々を崇拝する献身者には望む恩恵をお与えになります。主にとって特にこれが欲しいと望む恩恵を与えることはたやすいことなのです。The end of purport.
Om Jnana Timirandasya Gnanajana Shalakaya Chaksurmilitanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Saim Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadam Chikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sajajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahita Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namaste Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini iti namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati iti namane Namo Varshavanavi Devi Dayatai Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vikyana Dayane Prabhave Namaha Namaste Gauravani Shrimurtaye Dinatarane Rupanuga Viruda Apasadanta Dvanta Harane Namo Gorkishoraya Satchit Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambudaya Te Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchit Ananda Namane Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Vanchakalpa Gauravir Bhavi Bhume Stvam Nirdeshta Sajjanapriya Vaishnava Sarvabhoma Jagannataya Te Namaha Vanchakalpa Chubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyeva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Mahavadanaye Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namani Gaura Trishe Namaha Panchatatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Vitaram Bhakta Kyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam Jayatam Sudato Pangor Mama Mandir Mater Gati Matsar Prasya Padambo Jo Shishi Radha Madana Mohano Divyad Kalpa Drumada Shrimad Ratnagara Singhasanastho Shishi Radha Shila Govinda Devo Prestali V Sevimano Smarami Shriman Rasadasadam B Vanksi Vata Tatastita Akarshan Beno Sunar Gopi Gopinatha Sri Estunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripi Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Garim Tatkripatamaham Bande Shri Gurun Dinatarine Krishna Tadiya Padapanka Japanjarantam Adhyayvame Visatu Manasarajahantam Prana Prayama Samaye Kapavata Pitai Kantabaro Danavido Smaranam Kutastu. All right, so.
Oh, Guru Maharaj, we don't see you.
It's camera. Okay, I have to hold it in my hand.
Okay.
Now you can?
No.
Well, and I don't know what to do because the camera's right on my face, right?
Okay, so maybe just with the camera, it's okay too. We hear you very clearly.
Okay, well that's good enough. Because let's see, I go to the Hangouts.
Oh yes,
yes,
I see you. Thank you very much.
Hold it like this. Wow.
Perfect. Yes.
How about now? No.
Yes. Yes. This is okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
To get the right angle.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Demigod worship.
Oh, it's gone. Again, picture is gone.
Maybe I have to hold it this way.
Oh yes, this is good.
Okay.
Perfect.
I tried to turn the. Okay.
Thank you. Perfect.
Krishna says, Kama istaista ritigana prapadyantaya devata. Those whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, they worship the demigods.
で、知性が失われてしまったものは、半身を、神々を崇拝すると言っています。
And there's quite a few slokas that talk about that.
で、そのことを語っている章がいくつかあります。
Chapter 7 and chapter 9 especially.
特に7章、9章がそうです。
They get what they want, but it's limited and temporary because they're worshiping for material things.
で、欲しいもの手に入りますけれども、でもほとんどが物質的なものです。
But if they follow the actual way to worship the demigods, then they'll gradually come to Krishna.
けれども、正しい方法で、神々を崇拝すれば、徐々にクリシュナのところにやってきます。
Because the proper way is that first there's puja for Vishnu.
というのは正しいやり方はまずビシュの崇拝するということです。
And then the demigods gets the remnants of the prasad of Vishnu. That's what they want, really.
そして神々は自分たちの望んでいるビシュのプラサードも手に入れます。
So that way one gets, gradually attached to worshiping Vishnu.
そのようにしてだんだんと、ビシュのに執着していくわけです。
The demigods, different demigods give different benedictions.
神々はそれぞれ与えてくれる祝福が違います。
So that in the purport we get that verse Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. That's Akama Sarvakamo Va Mokshakamo Udaradi Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusham Param. Whether you have all material desires or you don't have any material desires or you just want liberation, you should worship the Supreme Lord.
で、どんな望みを持っていようと、持っていなかろうと、ビシュの崇拝しなさい。
Because he's actually the giver. The demigod can't really give anything. But when one worships the demigod, Krishna will give.
というのは、実際に恩恵を与えているのは神々ではなく、思考主だからです。
Krishna says, when someone wants to worship a particular demigod, then I make his faith steady.
で、I make the
He makes the faith of the steady, and they can worship the demigod.
はい。で、半身を崇拝しても、その信念というものを固定する、信念を固くする。
So preceding that verse, Tivrena Bhakti, Tivrena means intense bhakti, very strong.
ティフィーナというのはすごく固い信念ということです。
That's what's recommended for anybody, no matter what you want.
で、これは何である人に、勧められていることです。何を望もうと固い信念を持たなくちゃいけない。
Because that will purify your desires, like Dhruva.
そうすることによって望みが、浄化され、望みが強くなるからです。
Dhruva approached the Lord in the beginning with completely material desire.
ドゥルバもはじめ完全に、物質的な望みで主に近づきました。
But he believed that God is the one that could give him what he wants.
けれども、主は何でもくださるということに信念を持っていました。
And then Narada Muni, of course, gave him to worship Vishnu. He gave him the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and he gave him a deity, and he taught him how to worship and chant this mantra.
で、ナラダムニが来て、そのマントラ、そしてディーティを上げ、どのようにして崇拝するかも教えてやりました。
So he did that with such intensity that he got completely purified.
そして、ものすごく信念を真剣にそれを使えたので、すごく完全に浄化されました。
So in that second canto chapter, that's where that Tivrena verse comes from, previous to that, there's many, many verses about the demigods.
で、その2巻のところに、書いてありますが、その、いろんな、神々を崇拝することがたくさんあります。
So it tells you about each of the demigods. If you want to get rich, you worship Varuna, and if you want a healthy body, you worship the horizon or something, and if you want power, you worship Brahma, on and on and on. Different demigods you get for different specific benedictions.
で、そこには、どの神に、どう崇拝すれば何が得られるか、欲しいものによって、これが欲しければあの神、これが欲しければあの神を崇拝するということが詳しく述べられています。
I recommend devotees to go through that. It's interesting. You know, because there's many, so many different demigods, and if you want a good wife, you worship Shiva and Durga, and if you want a good husband, like so many things.
でも、主人が欲しければシバだとか、あれが欲しければドルガだとか、いろんなことが書かれてなかなか面白いです。
Like the gopis, they did that Katyayani Vrata to get a husband.
で、ゴピーもそうです。主人を得るための崇拝しました。
But they wanted Krishna as their husband, so then it's okay.
でも、ゴピーたちのが主人に欲しいと思ったのはクリシュナです。ですから、それはいいです。
Generally, when people worship the demigods, they want material things.
大体一般的に人が神を崇拝するとき、それは物質的なものが欲しいときです。
So we are preaching to demigod worshippers. We have to teach them that if you really want to please the demigod, you have to worship first Krishna and then give the prasadam to the demigod.
ですから、神々を崇拝している人がいたら、そこに行って、いや、本当に崇拝するのは思考主ですよと、そしてその思考主に捧げたプラサダムを神にあげたらいいんですよと教えてあげなくてはなりません。
Like inside the Jagannath temple compound, there's also the Durga temple.
テンプルのカンパウンドにもそのドゥルガのお寺があります。
And all the prasad of Jagannath is first offered to her.
で、ジャガナートのプラサダムが全部そこに捧げられます。
Their name is Bimala there. So and then it's distributed. So it's Bimala prasadam also, but it's really Jagannath prasadam.
で、それがビーマに捧げられて、ですからビーマのプラサダムと言いますけれども、実際にはジャガナータのプラサダムなんです。
And that's how the traditional Shiva temples are. That, like, there's a very big one in Bhubaneswar, very famous.
ブーバネシュバにあるとても有名なその元々のシバのお寺もそうです。
And Lord Chaitanya took prasadam there, so someone might question why he's taking demigod prasadam.
で、シュイチャイタイナもそこでプラサードも食べられました。ですので、どうしてそんなシバのテンプルでご飯を食べるんだというふうに非難もあります。
Because normally a Vaishnava, you don't want to take the remnants of the demigods and become like a demigod.
というのは、献身者は一般にその、神々のところのプラサードも食べたりしないからです。
But nearby that temple, there's another temple, Ananta Vasudev.
でもその近くにアンタバースデブという別のお寺があります。
And that's a Vishnu temple, Vasudev.
そこはバースデブですから、ビシュヌのテンプルです。
So the prasadam from there is then taken to offer to Shiva.
で、そこのお寺のプラサードもがシュバに捧げられます。
So they're knowing that Shiva is a devotee of Krishna.
で、シバはクリシュナの献身者だということを知っているからです。
And Shiva is not exactly a demigod, he is Shiva.
で、シバはまた、完璧にその半身というのではありません。
But he's not the Supreme Lord either.
で、かといって、思考主でもありません。
Almost.
もうほとんど近いというところ。
So amongst the demigods, Shiva can give one bhakti, he can give service to Krishna, but most of the worshippers of Shiva, they're not asking for that, they're asking for material.
ですから、シバはその、バクティというものを与える、バクティの恩恵を与えることができるんですけれども、ほとんどのシバを支配する人というのは、そのバクティを恩恵に欲しいとは望みません。
So worshipping the demigod, there's an example. It's like trying to bribe the policeman after you're already in the courthouse in front of the judge.
What is bribe?
You know, you pay, like, if sometimes, and I don't think you can do this in Japan, but in some countries, if the police stop someone, they just give the policeman some money.
OK。賄賂。
And then the police won't arrest him.
はい。OK。なんかその、なんていうんですかね、捕まった時にお金を賄賂って言いますかね、お金をあげれば、まあ許してもらえる。そういうこと。
Or sometimes the big criminal, they can bribe the judge.
ほう。OK。たまに、その、
But you can't do that, to worship the demigod. You can't get free from karma or anything like that.
あは。で、特にはそういう裁判なんかになって、その裁判官に賄賂を渡して、罪を逃れるという人もいますけれども、しかし、神々にいくらそういうことをしても、神々が許してくれる恩恵も、そういう恩恵は持っていません。
So there's 5 main demigods: Shiva, Durga, Ganesh, and the Brahma Samhita has the slokas how to actually worship them.
で、ブラマサンヒタにはそういった神々をいかに崇拝するかということが詳しく書かれています。
Chiram yatada divikada vishesha yoga sanjayate nahitatak pratagasti heto yaksambhutama pitata samupaiti karyat govindamadi prusham tamaham bhajami. Shiva, he's compared to yogurt, and Krishna is like the milk.
で、シーバはヨーグルトに例えられます。そしてクリシュナはミルクに例えられます。
It's very easy to make yogurt from milk.
ミルクからヨーグルトを作るのは簡単なことです。
But I've never heard anybody that can make milk from yogurt.
けれども、ヨーグルトからミルクを作るというのは聞いたことがありません。
I never heard of it. You can't do that. But it's just milk, but it's transformed.
で、それは聞いたことないですが、ミルクは姿を変えます。
From milk you can make yogurt, you can make all kinds of cheese, you can make so many different things from the milk, but from the yogurt, that's it.
Yes. で、ミルクからはヨーグルトが作れる、もうバターが作れる、いろんなものが作れますけれども、しかし、ヨーグルトから何も作れません。ヨーグルトだけです。
So, that, like Shiva, is a transformation. Almost the same, but not.
これがシバの立場です。シバはほとんど同じだけれど、でも同じではありません。
But if one worships Shiva as a devotee, then it's like Sakshat Hare. He's not different than Krishna then, simultaneously one and different.
けれども、そのシバをクリシュナとして、崇拝するならば、ほとんど変わりがないということです。
But mostly they want material benedictions. We have many examples in the Bhagavatam.
けれども、バーガバタムにも例がいっぱいありますけれども、シバを崇拝する人のほとんどはそういう形では崇拝しません。
Like that one Asura, he was Vritasura, was it? He Brikasura. He wanted some kind of big power.
例えば、ブリカスーラがそうですが、何かの力、権力が欲しかった。
And he was worshiping Shiva. He was starting to cut off pieces of his body and offer to the fire.
で、シバを崇拝するために、その体をいっぱい細かく切って、そして火に投じた。
Sometimes they do really crazy things like that.
そういう馬鹿げたことをする人がたまにはいます。
And he was going to cut off his head even.
で、頭も切り取ってしまいました。
And Lord Shiva came to, don't do that, he's nice, Lord Shiva.
で、シバはいい人で、シバが来て、そんなことするもんじゃないと止めました。
He said, you just have to offer me water.
もう私に捧げるのは水でいいんだと。
So he said, what do you want?
で、何が一体望みなんだと。
He said he wanted power that if he touched anyone's head, their head would just crack.
で、誰の頭でも触った頭はもう爆発すると、そんな恩恵が欲しいと言いました。
Explode, so that way he could be very fearful. Nobody'd want to fight with him.
で、もうその触ったら爆発するわけですから、みんなを怖がって彼の力には力がなくなります。
So Lord Shiva said, all right.
で、シバは言いました。じゃあいいでしょう、あげましょうと。
And Shiva is called Asutosh.
シバの名前はアシュトーシュと言います。
Easily satisfied.
簡単に望みを叶えてあげると。
And it's described, he gives these materialistic people, he gives them whatever they want quick.
で、
He doesn't want to be bothered from his sadhana, his chanting Ram.
で、物質的なものを望む人にはすぐにあげてしまう。
He's always, meditating on Krishna, so he doesn't want to be distracted. So he said, okay, take it. When they come to worship him and asking for benedictions, he just says, all right, take it.
で、恩恵が欲しいと近づいたものには、いいだろうとすぐにくれます。
He can also become angry easy. But...
また、シバは簡単に怒りもします。
So, this demon, then he thought, I'll test it. I'll see if I can break Lord Shiva's head. That puffed up.
悪魔はもうすごい高慢になってて、どれどれシバが言ってくれた恩恵本当に聞くのか試してやろうと思いました。
So Lord Shiva ran away.
で、ロードシバは行ってしまいました。
And the demon was chasing him.
で、悪魔は追いかけました。
And so he got to some planet where Vishnu was there.
で、ビシュヌのいている惑星に行きました。
And Vishnu told Lord Shiva, you hide somewhere.
で、ビシュヌはシュシバに隠れろと言いました。
So this demon came and, Vishnu saw him and said, oh, how are you?
で、その仲間がやってきました。で、ビシュヌは、あ、こんにちはと。
He said, you look tired. What's the problem?
なんかすごく疲れてるみたいですね。どうしたんですか？
You don't look very happy.
なんかあまり楽しそうじゃないですね。
And he glorified the demon's family, and then he was telling him, you look tired, you should take care of your body. And,
で、ビシュヌはその悪魔の、家族のことを聞いたり、称えたりして、で、あなたはとても疲れてるみたいですね。休んだ方がいいですよと言いました。
So he said, what's your problem? What do you look like you have anxiety?
あなたなんか問題抱えてるんですか？なんか心配事あるんですか？
He said, well, Lord Shiva gave me this benediction, and I wanted to kill him or something.
で、悪魔は言いました。いや、シュシバから恩恵をもらったんだけれども、まあなんかシバを殺したいとか。
So Vishnu laughed. He said, oh, that Shiva, he's a little crazy.
で、ビシュヌは笑って言いました。シバ、あいつはちょっと頭がおかしいんだよ。
Since his wife, that was after the Sati had, burned herself up. So he said, ever since that, he's been a little unstable. He's not happy.
で、奥さんのサティが姿を消してからもうシバはちょっと、苦しくて、ちょっと頭が今混乱していると。
And besides that, he doesn't have power to give such a benediction.
それに、シヴァはそん
Cheated
な
you.
手を挙げるほどの力なんか持っていませんよと、あなたは騙されたんですよと言いまし
He said he cheated you. He doesn't really have such power.
た。シヴァはそんな力を挙げる力はないですよ。あなたは騙されたんですよ。
So the demon, demons think everyone's like them. He said, yeah, right, he must have cheated me.
大体悪魔というのはそういうふうな考え方するもんで、あ、そうかそうか、騙されたんだと思いました。
So Vishnu told him, just go ahead and see, just touch your own head and see, you'll see that it didn't.
で、武士のは言いました。まあ、試しにその自分の手を自分の頭の上に置いてごらんなさいと。
So the demon touched his head.
そして悪魔は自分の頭を触りました。
And it just blew up.
そして爆発しました。
So Shiva really did give him the benediction.
シヴァは本当にその
It didn't work. It went against him. So in any type of material benediction, they may not all be like that. Someone just wants money. They want, strong body or something. They want beautiful family. But it's all temporary.
で、まあ、物質的な望みって言ってもいろいろですけれども、美しい妻が欲しいとか、お金が欲しいとか、まあ、家族が欲しいとか、そういうものでしょうが、しかしそういう望みは全て一時的です。
So after that long list of things you can get from different demigods.
ですから、そのいろんな神々にあれが欲しいわ、これが欲しいと望みがいっぱいあることでしょう。
And I was in Los Angeles when Prabhupada went through those verses.
で、プラパダがこの質問を生まれたとき、私はロサンゼルスにいました。
But I especially remember one. He was talking about Indra.
で、覚えていますけれども、プラパダはインドラのことを話されました。
Indram, Indriya, Kama is two. If you have lusty desires, you worship Indra.
で、欲情的なそういう望みを持っているんだったらインドラを崇拝しなさいと。
And so Prabhupada is saying Indra is the most lusty demigod.
で、インドラというのは最も情欲的な神だと、プラパダはおっしゃいました。
The most sexually active.
最もその性的な喜びを求める。
So he was cursed because he took the wife of his guru or something. So he got 1,000 eyes.
で、彼は、その呪われて、体に、1000の目を持ちました。
Prabhupada described it at first. He said he was cursed to have, he said, yeah, the sage said, you love vagina so much, so you have 1,000 vaginas on your body.
Vagina.
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 The female organ.
はい。で、この女性の性器があまりに好きなので、それを体中に、いっぱいつけられた。
And it was quite amazing how Prabhupada was describing, and Indra said, please, no, that's not, I couldn't tolerate that.
で、それはもうちょっと本当は勘弁してください。とても耐えられませんと。
So he said, okay, you have 1,000 eyes.
じゃあ、その女性の性器の代わりに目にしてあげようと。1000の目をつけようと。
And then Prabhupada said, he was saying, unfortunately, many of our devotees are more interested in the vagina than in Krishna.
で、そうすると、その献身者はクリシュナよりも性器の方に、興味を持ってしまう。
Because many devotees are, not following very strictly there.
で、
Wow.
そんなに、誰もが、そのデボティ、献身者みんながその、とても厳格に従ってやってたわけではありませんから。
Anyway, there's all these different, it's a long list. It's like in Shinto, different shrines are for different benedictions.
例えば、神道がそうですね。神社の神道は、そのいろんな恩恵を与えてくれるというリストがずっとあります。
If you want to pass your exam, you go to this one, and if you want to get a new job, you go to that one. And it's the same thing with the demigods. The different demigods are for specific benediction.
で、試験に合格したければあの神社、これが仕事がうまくいきたければこの神社というふうにも恩恵によってそれぞれの恩恵によっていろんな神社に行くわけです。それと同じように、恩恵によっていろんな神々のところに行きます。
So the most popular, of course, is Shiva and Durga. They think they'll get big power from them because they're in charge of the material universe.
で、シバとかドゥルガというのは物質的な力を司っていますから、とても人気があります。
Ganesh, you think they're going to get a lot of money.
ガネーシアを崇拝したらお金が入るとか。
But then it says, akama sarva kamo va, whether you have all lusty desires or you don't have any material desire.
で、様々な望みを持っていたとしても、物質的な望みがない。
Or if you just want liberation.
または、解放を望む。
Tivrena bhakti yogena, then you should worship the bhakti yoga with intense devotion.
で、その人は、真剣に、バクティを崇拝する。
Tivra means like a lightning bolt, very strong.
稲妻のようにものすごい、力強く。
And Yajeta Purusham, you should worship the Supreme Purusha, the Supreme Lord.
で、シコシプルシャを崇拝すべき。
So that's what Bhagavad Gita says. That's what, Krishna, of course, says everywhere. When Krishna is saying that, he's not just saying, I want to worship. Please give me the food and the gold and everything. He doesn't need that.
で、クリシュナはその食べ物だの、金だの、そんなものを望んではいません。
And if someone wants to worship a demigod, Krishna will give him in his heart the intelligence to do it.
で、何か物質的な求めて、神を崇拝するなら、それを、手に入れる知性を与えます。
But Indra, when Krishna stopped the worship of Indra, he became very angry. And why they should worship me? Who are these people? What do they think they're doing? Giving up my worship.
けれども、クリシュナがそのインドラの崇拝をやめるようにと人々に言ったときに、インドラはとても高慢になってて怒りました。自分への崇拝をやめるとは一体何ということだと。
He's attached to, being worshipped.
されるということにとても執着していたからです。
So that's different.
それとはまた違います。
He's worried, about losing his position, but Krishna, he doesn't have any anxiety like that. No one can take his position.
で、インドラは自分の持っている立場というものを失うことをとても恐れていたわけですが、クリシュナは何も失うものがありません。そういう立場ではありません。
Demigod is a position, and different living entities in the universe, they do jagya or they do certain tapasya, then in different millenniums they can become demigods, different demigods.
で、神々というのはそれぞれ立場があるわけですけれども、生命体はいろんなヤギャをして、いろんなことをして、そういうその神々の地位というのを得るわけです。
But no one can become Krishna. No one can become the original Supreme Personality of Godhead.
けれども、神の立場になれたとしても、誰も思考主の立場になることはできません。
So we just recommend everybody just worship Krishna. Whatever you want, even it's not ideal to worship Krishna for material desires, but if someone worships Krishna for any reason, they'll gradually get purified.
で、クリシュナに、その物質的な望みを持ってクリシュナを崇拝するのは、それは良くないことです。けれども、たとえどういう理由であろうとクリシュナを崇拝すると、浄化されます。恩恵が与えられます。
So demigods are part and parcel. Of course, here it says these are like kind of advanced people that understand the demigods are servants of Krishna, but they worship the demigod because they want particular things.
Excuse me.
What's described in this purport is quite advanced demigod worshippers. They think the demigod is part of the Supreme Lord.
はい。で、この解説に書かれているその望みを持った人というのは、これはかなりその高度な高いものの、望みを、持っている人たちの話です。
But really, most of nowadays, the demigod worshippers, they think the demigod is supreme.
で、彼らはその、半身がもう至高だと、最高だというふうに思っています。
And they'll worship him in that way.
で、そのように崇拝します。
So Krishna says, they're really worshiping me, but without real understanding.
だからクリシュナは言って
Not
ます。
the right way to worship Krishna.
彼らは一生懸命崇拝をしているんだけれども、けれど分かってはいないと。正しい崇拝方法をしていないと。
And when you worship Krishna, you automatically worship all the demigods and everything.
クリシュナを崇拝すると、それは自動的に全ての神々を崇拝していることになります。
So that's, Bhagavad Gita recommends that over everything.
そのことをバグバッドギータは進めています。
We can't worship all the demigods.
すべての神々をすべて崇拝するということは無理です。
But there's a verse, Sarva Deva Maya Guru, that the guru is the sum total of all the demigods. And if one serves the spiritual master properly, then he automatically is satisfying all the demigods also.
けれど、グルというのはすべての神々を代表しています。ですので、グルを適切に崇拝すれば、それはすべての神々を崇拝していることになります。
Because the proper guru will teach us to worship Krishna, and when we worship Krishna, all the demigods will be satisfied, because they are a part of Krishna.
というのは、グルはその正しい崇拝法を知っているので、グルを満たすことによって、すべての神々が満たされることになります。
But by serving only one part, you can't satisfy all the other parts.
けれども、ある一部分だけに崇拝するならば、他の一部分を崇拝することにはなりません。
And we can't possibly, worship all the demigods one by one.
そして、一人ずつすべての神々を崇拝するということは無理なことです。
So the best advice is do bhakti yoga for Krishna.
ですから、一番おすすめなのは、バクティヨガ、クリシュナを崇拝することです。
And everyone will be satisfied.
そうすれば、すべてが、満足します。
So that's Bhagavad Gita.
これがバガバッドギターが進めていることです。
And there's so many scripture, and people get confused about that also.
経典がたくさんあって、人々が混乱していることも事実です。
But the Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the Vedas.
バガバッドギターはすべてのベーダのエッセンス、真髄です。
Is Krishna.
そしてクリシュナです。
So if we just read Bhagavad Gita, we'll get everything.
ですから、バガバッドギターを読むならば、すべてです。それがすべてです。
And because it's Krishna, if we just chant the Maha Mantra, Krishna Mantra, we get everything also. And the demigods are happy with that.
なぜなら、バガバッドギターはクリシュナだからです。クリシュナを崇拝する、クリシュナをマントを唱えることによって、すべての、関心たちが、神々が満足をします。
The demigods like Krishna Kirtan.
神々はクリシュナのキルタンが大好きです。
They like Krishna Prasadam.
クリシュナのプラサードも大好きです。
So if we want to worship the demigod, we chant Hare Krishna and we offer them Krishna Prasadam, and then they'll be very satisfied.
ですから、神々を満足させたければ、クリシュナのマントを唱える、クリシュナのプラサーダムを捧げる。そうすると神々が満足します。
Otherwise, we can't satisfy anybody. But by serving Krishna, everything becomes satisfied.
クリシュナを崇拝することによって、すべての神々が満足する。
So time is almost up. Any questions?
で、時間がだいぶ来ましたけれども、質問とかはでしょうか。質問終わりの方は、リスナーズリンクの方は、テキストで書いてください。Yes, Guru Maharaj. On the Windows, on your left top, you see some icons, right? On the top icon, you see one.
Just a minute. I got to get back to that.
Sure.
Okay, my windows are on the bottom actually.
Oh, okay. So anyway, on the top, there's an icon of comment, and it says one. It means someone. You get a one something in the chat.
I don't see any. Yeah.
And there's also icon of Q&A, question and answer. If there's any, if someone leaves question or comments or something, here you see numbers of those questions. Now I don't see any.
Yeah, I don't see that icon anyway. I got a picture of you, a picture of Vishwambar, and I have some Japanese name.
Yes.
And then my picture.
Yes. Now we are in a speaker's link, and then you, Vishwambara, Temple, and then Yamuna, and then myself are here, and we can talk as we like. And then there's another link which is called, we call it the listeners link, and they're listening, they're watching us, but we don't hear what they talk, but they can send us messages through comments.
Okay, well, I'm not getting that.
Yes, and it takes 50 seconds to reach. So we recommend them to start to send messages or comments before we start to ask them.
Okay. All right.
So,
and I tell you, I just learned something.
Yes.
There's a way to broadcast on YouTube where you can have the same link all the time. You can set up an account like I'm going to learn how to do it today.
Thanks.
Yeah, because the devotees here were doing that. I thought they were using Mayapur TV, but it's going on YouTube and it has their own channel and then it's recorded and everything. But it's always the same link, so then you can tell everybody every morning at 6:30 we have class, and they just click that link anytime they want and they can connect.
Oh, always same link.
Same link every time. So I have to see if I can learn how to do it.
Okay, please explain it to some IT man.
Yeah, there's so many things, I knew there's things that are out there, but you have to find the people who know about them.
Yeah.
But this one works good. It's just that you have to make a new one every day, so that way, if people, it's not so easy for people. You got, because you have to try to inform your whole audience every day the new link.
Well, there is a way to. I made a schedule chart, and I also learned how to put it in. So if they come to the schedule link and they click that day and that link, it is perfect. So we're working on it.
Okay, keep working, and I'll find out about this one, and we'll see which one works.
Thank you very much.
That one may not have all the conversation and everything, maybe just broadcasting.
YouTube をお聞きの方は、申し訳ありません。質問ができませんが、質問したい方は、このスピーカーズリンクに来ていただいて入るということができます。徐々にそのこともお教えしますので、少し我慢してください。でも今日はグルマージュを見ていただけただけでも、よかったかなと思います。At least, Gurumaji, it's so nice to see you. Everybody is very enlightened.
I don't know.
And I'm going to introduce people how to come to Speaker's Link and then leave questions and messages. So.
All right. Well, yeah, it's certainly clear. It's a really clear reception.
Yes.
Much better than the Skype.
Right.
And it's, many people can join in. So we just have to find a way to let more people know besides our little group.
Yes.
Because there are Japanese or even other, devotees around the world that might want to hear. So tomorrow is Satyadeva, is that right?
No, he's in India. He's not available.
Oh.
If you're available, will you kindly?
Yeah, I can.
Thank you. Tomorrow, Subrata Prabhu will operate.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
I have the hang up button. I'm going to hit it right now.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Guru Maharaj, thank you.
ありがとうございました。
His Holiness Kavichanda Maharaj ki jai. 終わります。
高国さんありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。コパーリー、Thank you.
Thank you.